What's up guys, my name's Jessica. I'm a full service escort from Brisbane, Australia, and I'm the host of the Latex Files podcast, and I create content on TikTok and Instagram. So for me as an escort, do I have favourite clients and what makes a favourite client? Yes, I suppose I do have favourite clients as an escort. I think that's probably only natural, and I suppose you might be thinking, oh no, am I a favorite? Am I not? Maybe if you are one of my clients, look, you probably get a bit of an idea, right? You probably get a bit of an understanding that you might be a favorite of mine, but let me sort of get into, and I've probably told you if you are watching this and you are one of my clients, look, let me get into what I think makes a client a particular standout for me and what's more likely to lead a client to become one of my favorites. So obviously one of the big ones is the amount of time we've spent together or the amount of bookings, but there are absolutely outliers to this. So let me explain. If we've had a few bookings together, then chances are that I've had a bit of an opportunity to get to know you and you've had a bit of an opportunity to get to know me. So it stands to reason that if you have booked me on multiple occasions or we have done some longer bookings, it's more likely that I'm going to consider you, when I think about you, I'm going to consider you to be, one of my favorites. But this isn't always the case. I have seen several clients over the years that I have seen multiple times, so multiple bookings, and I wouldn't necessarily say they're one of my favorite clients. Indeed, I've definitely had clients like this that I've seen multiple times, and when the phone has gone for a booking to come through from them, I'm not thinking in my mind, oh yay, I'm really excited to spend time with this person and work for this person. I'm kind of thinking okay, well, it's business and it's money. And sometimes that's quite negative. I'm thinking, oh God, today I really don't want to do this. But then other times it's just kind of neutral. I'm just oh yeah, that person again. So I think a lot of people would say, oh, well, of course, her favorite clients are just going to be the ones that are booking her the most often or spending the most amount of money on her. No, that's not necessarily the case. For me, what it really distills down to is this client the type of client who really makes me feel valued and special and respected? So think about it with the shoe being on the other foot. Can you imagine? I know I'm not the most attractive woman out there, and indeed I'm not the most attractive escort in Brisbane, but there's a reason probably why I have certain regulars that will come back to me over other workers. Because just like the amount of money is not everything to the escort, it's about the sort of connection that you form with that person. And a big part of that connection you form with the person is the level of respect and making you feel desired and special. Almost certainly one of the key reasons that I have these favorite clients coming back to me, or I have regulars coming back to me, is because I'm making them feel very validated and special and respected. That feeling of really being appreciated and seen and understood works both ways. I have found that a lot of the clients that have found me through my social media, rather than just finding me through the booking websites, have more easily or more readily became favorites of mine, because I think they were attracted to my personality as much as they were attracted to my appearance. Whereas the guys that I get often coming through the website, the booking website, they're looking at my appearance, because you can't glean so much from the advertisement as to my personality. That's just kind of a happy accident, I suppose. You don't get that much from written word, but you get a lot through kind of video. So when someone has been consuming my content on social media for quite some time and they make the decision to book me, it's almost like they know me a little bit already and they appreciate my personality and they want to make me feel special as well and feel appreciated. And I want to do the same for them. That is, as is my nature. So I have found that the guys that are sort of finding me through my social media are often becoming kind of, favorites of mine for sure. Some of the ways these clients might show their appreciation is thanking me and telling me that they really appreciate me, and I'll definitely reciprocate and tell them that I appreciate them. They can be very thoughtful, like just coming with, recent examples, little gifts, even if they're small, okay? But I've had some big ones. I mean, I'm wearing a watch on my wrist now from someone that was just so kind, and he's definitely one of my favorites. But coming along with some like flowers or a bottle of wine or like a funny little cheeky gift or a funny little cheeky card, like all of these things just make me feel like so warm and fuzzy inside. Of course, it really helps if we have a similar outlook on the world. So if they are a little bit more of a progressive and left-leaning person, have some sort of like socialist values there. I mean, I'm not saying all the way, you don't have to be all the way sort of, socialist on everything, but, understanding that sort of side of things. I don't think that I could really attract and maintain a client that was outwardly like super conservative, had like, super conservative values, or otherwise like thought women belonged, barefoot and pregnant in the kitchen. Like obviously that's not going to jive with my personality. I do like guys that are sort of like making a go at things in their life, or at least kind of wanting to do that, even if using the service is a stepping stone to get them to enjoy their life a little bit more because they feel like they've put themselves on a back burner. That's fine. I just get along a bit better with people who are very, not so much like have, a victim mentality, but, they want to get out there and make something of their life and have a bit of fun and enjoy. Of course, it's really going to help if he's super clean and hygienic and well put together and decently like well presented. And I find that this really just goes hand in hand with the guys that are wanting to make me feel special and really respecting me. I can see that outwardly because obviously if they're coming along to a booking, like looking, smelling really amazing, they're wanting to impress me and make me feel special too. So it just goes hand in hand, right? Communication between bookings is another thing. Like obviously, I don't mind keeping up a bit of a relationship and having a bit of a relationship with my clients, but where that is acknowledged in the form of like a tip or something, and I don't have to remind them. There are several clients that I have, that will want to text me a little bit here or there, and I'm totally fine with that. It's the ones that, when they are the ones that are recognizing that that's kind of additional work for me, or like respecting my time and they're tipping me for my time, that's really nice too. You could be wondering whether like looks goes into it at all, or like their sexual prowess. No, it really doesn't. Literally not at all. That might surprise you. I would imagine for men it would be like very high on the agenda. Like you're not going to go see an S worker for an SEO service if you thought that their like appearance and SEO skill wasn't that amazing. But I think for a whole lot of women, particularly ones doing this job, I think a lot of them will tell you your appearance and SEO like prowess doesn't really factor into like whether we're going to like you. Indeed, sometimes it can be a little exhausting. Like that's not to say I don't have clients that I do also find attractive and are my favorites and sort of are good at the wham bam thank you ma'am, and we're undertaking quite an athletic and vigorous session. That's not to say that I don't enjoy that as well, but it could be difficult if every booking that I had was like that with everyone. That might become a real struggle for me. So it's actually quite nice when you get someone you do have a favorite or a regular that it takes it a little bit more easy on your body, or you're not sort of doing the cartwheels. Not that I do cartwheels, but not necessarily like going at it for the entire time and it's like super vigorous and everything. Certainly not complaining, and that's what I'm here to do, but just to let you guys know that you definitely don't need to be pulling out all the stops and be some sexy stud dynamo in the bedroom to become a favorite of an S worker. Well, just a reminder, my name is Jessica and I'm the host of the Latex Files podcast, where I talk about a whole manner of things relating to the adult industry. So if you do want me to talk about other things, just drop a comment below and I'll do my best to get around to it. If you do like my content, please consider supporting my channel by clicking the Buy Me a Coffee link below. And yeah, let me know what you think. Thank you so much, guys.